John, first of all, what were your thoughts on the emotional send-off for Odsal on Sunday?
I just thought it was a tremendous day. I really did. I was delighted with what the players did. I thought the players performed as if they cared for the heritage of the club and the ground. And I thought afterwards the players were dignified and very respectful to the fans and mixed with them and enjoyed the company there. So as a day for me, it was a tremendous day. It was a very emotional day. And it's one that I'll always remember, and I'm sure the players feel the same as well. So it was a special day, and obviously we've now got to move on and build for the future.
It was great to experience so many different generations of Bradford fans, John. I interviewed you on the pitch full time, and your hand must have been aching from signing so many shirts.
Yeah, I think that's a great point that you make, Mick, because you know there was babes in arms who you signed the shirts. There was teenagers who you signed the shirts. There was people in the 20s, 30s, and then there were obviously old timers who've been there. People told me on numerous occasions how many years they've been going there and that stood in the same spot and so on and so forth. So it was a very special day. It's one that I feel really privileged to have been part of, to tell you the truth. And hopefully, you know, we can start the rebuild. Continue the improvement that we've had on the field of play, so that we can have successful season or seasons at Dewsbury and ultimately return to Bradford, to the rightful home of the Bradford Bulls.
It's the final game of the season away at Rochdale. You've won the last three. You'll be hoping for win number 4 on the bounce?
Yeah, we will. I mean, we set that as a little target. We said to have any chance of being in the playoffs, we had to win the last 4. Obviously that's gone now with Featherston's comprehensive victory over Batley, but we've still got our own personal pride to play for, to finish the season on a high. And again, you know, there's some players who we know are going to other clubs, so this will be the last time that playing group will play together. So really they owe it to themselves to put on a great performance, simply out of respect for the mates, as well as obviously as a thank you and being respectful to the Bulls fans who are going to travel over to Rochdale.
Is there going to be any surprises in the team selection?
No, we're going to pick the best team. You know, I think when you're playing for league points, etc., we want to finish as high as we can, Mick. And you know, we can't get in the playoffs, but we can finish 6th. If we win on Sunday, we finish 6th. If we lose, we probably finish 7th. So that means a lot to me, and I'm sure it means a lot to the players as well. We just want to finish as high up as we possibly can, and I think also it'll be credit to League One as well. When you look at York, who are riding high, they'll probably come 3rd. We've come 6th, so the 2 promoted teams have really taken the league by storm, and I think when the promoted teams who come up this year will further strengthen the competition. So it's been tough this year, it'll be even tougher next year.
And obviously Rochdale, they won't be easy, John. They've been relegated. They'll be wanting perhaps one last scalp in the Championship.
Yeah, it'll be their last hurrah, won't it? There's no doubt about that. Nothing to lose. Last hurrah, they'll get out there, and whether they play with a gay abandon or whether they play with a sort of massive desire and fire in the belly, I don't know. But what we've got to do is prepare for them to be good and make sure that we're good as well.
Conor Farrell got a one-match ban for dissent, John. Obviously, that's going to carry over till next season. He'll be okay to play.
Yes, he will. Yeah. And you know, I mean, you know, both Conor and myself have had a little chat about that, and it isn't like him. He is an emotional person, and he's a very competitive person. He does get stuck in, as anybody who's witnessed him play this year will realise. But it certainly isn't like him to get distracted by the officials, and I feel that's what he did. He copped the 10 minutes bin, and obviously he's going to have to cop the suspension as well. But no, that it means he will play this weekend, and he's available this weekend.
Just be speaking to Rowan Milnes, John. Obviously, he said you've had a meeting and you've decided that there'll be no further involvement this year. It's all about rehabilitation and getting yourself fresh for season 2020.
Yeah, well, Rowan could have played this, you know, but obviously if we'd have been in the playoffs, he may well have played in the reserves and then made himself available for the first team, because there still is a reserve fixture next Wednesday at Keighley. But as this is the last first team fixture, he won't be in that. I think is better keeping out of the argy-bargy of a competitive game having a really good off-season and concentrating on regaining his pace and perhaps adding a little to his pace, and then, you know, playing the trial games and really trying to put his hand up then for a starting spot in 2020.
And George Flanagan, when we spoke with George after the game on Sunday, said that you're going to stand by him, John, and you're going to help him get help with sporting chance.
Yeah, we have. I mean, you know, I've known George for many years, and I respect George, and what he did for me at Batley was fantastic. What he's done for me these 2 years has been really good. We know what type of player he is, you know. He ain't going to ever qualify for St George status. You know, he's George Flanagan. He's a tough rugby league player who perhaps plays on the edge and perhaps goes over the edge. But we've chatted about that, and obviously we do need to look after him because he's a good lad. He's a good man as well as a good rugby player, and we'll do everything we possibly can to help him.
And what are your thoughts, John, on the mood up here at Tong? It's very upbeat, very positive, despite the club still being in special measures.
Yeah, it is, because, you know, we're happy. We feel we've done okay, and I think most people who've been on the inside will realise we have, because the players have put up with a lot, but it hasn't really affected how they've played on the field of play. I've been delighted with what they've come up with week on week. There's only, I think I've said this before, there's only 2 real performances that I was pretty upset with, and that's both Featherstone and Lee away from home. But all the others, you know, you think, well, we've been competitive in there or thereabouts, you know, and a bit of luck, we could have turned quite a number the other way around. So obviously that's what we'll be aiming to do next year. But no, they know they've given their all. They know they've had a good season, and they know that we'll attempt to be better for next season, especially starting with the pre-season. Because I can tell you now, Mick, there won't be 6 pre-season games next year. It'll probably be 3, so that we're really ready to start the season flying.
Are you under any illusions whether or not the Yorkshire Cup's going to take place again?
I don't think it will, but that's just my feelings, because I haven't heard any rumblings or anything. But we're not playing any more than 3 pre-season games, Mick. So, you know, if the Yorkshire Cup's in, there'll be the 3. If it ain't in, we'll arrange 3. But that's the intention this year, because I did feel 6 was too many. And I think we suffered, which won the first 2 games, then we lost 3 on the bounce. And I think that might have been a contributing factor to that as well. So it won't happen again next year.
And just finally from me, John, obviously 2 emotional games in a row. Last Sunday, goodbye to Odsall, and as you said earlier, this Sunday it's all about the players that are going to be moving on, playing together for one final time. How do you as a coach manage that situation? Because I'm guessing this is something, you know, you've been through time and time again.
Yeah, I've been through season upon season, yeah, and it is emotional. But, you know, what you find with players is there's a special bond within a playing group, and, you know, they've all got their little place in the pecking order, etc. But this group, I'll tell you, Mick, genuinely like each other. So I'm really expecting it to be a very, very good performance at the weekend in order to send the mates off in a good manner.